Hey everyone, hope you're doing well. Today I'm bringing you a tutorial on the new Camera Shake, an add-on for Blender that helps you create realistic camera movement using noise modifiers on keyframes. For this example, I'm using a scene I already have ready. As you can see, this scene only has simple location and rotation movements applied. What we're going to do now is use the simple Camera Shake add-on to create realistic camera movement. In this scene, the idea is to create an animation loop. You can see the final keyframe matches the first. So I want to loop this animation while having realistic camera movement. When you open the add-on panel, it looks like this. You can select which camera you want, and it will always pick the active camera. In this case, there's only one camera, so we'll use it. Here we have some movement presets, and we can customize them too. We can create our own presets if that's what we want. For this scene, let's start by using the smooth preset. In location scale, we adjust the oscillation wave, the distance from one wave to the next. That makes the movement tighter or looser, so the shake becomes faster or slower depending on the oscillation generated. I'll leave it at the default as it is in smooth for our test. In this case, we'll apply it without restrict frame range enabled, just as an example. Notice that when I click, the shake is already created, from the first frame to the last frame in the timeline. By clicking this button, I can see the graph of the generated noise. I'll disable the camera's location and rotation channels in the graph editor to make viewing easier. We'll use only delta transform in this project to simplify. I'll zoom in on this animation curve to make it easier to see the keyframes with the noise modifier. Let me reduce the 2D zoom here. You can see we already have noise generated. Pretty interesting. With just one click, we already have a much more realistic movement in the scene. Much better than a flat movement. Notice the difference. The problem is that the movement doesn't match at the loop point. When it reaches the end and goes back to the first frame, it kind of jumps. So we need to restrict frames where it will start and where it will end. I'll go back to the first frame, delete this created shake, and when I create it again, I'll enable restrict frame range. So first, let's enable restrict frame range. When clicked, it asks which frame we want to start on and which frame to end on. By default, it takes the scene's frame range, so we're already set to create. And here we control the easing, how this movement starts and finishes. By default, I'll leave it with 20 start frames and 20 end frames. And let's create this movement. It's created, and now we have smoothing at the end and at the beginning. I'll hit play, the shake is already applied, and everything works correctly. And if I jump to the end here, the transition starts exactly like it began. We don't have that jump anymore, because we're smoothing the start and the end, matching correctly between the beginning and the end of our animation. What's most interesting is that we can also create, at specific moments of the animation, an additional shake. For example, I'll move forward a bit, maybe add an extra shake here. I want a stronger movement in this region. I'll set a medium preset, click to set where I want this movement to start. In this case, it's frame 249. I'll just round it to 1250. Notice that by clicking here, I set the start frame and here the end frame based on our timeline. So I'll move forward a bit. I think up to here this movement is good. And I'll click Set End. You can see it's updated here. And I'll use the medium preset. And when I click, I want the initial movement stronger. So I'll reduce the easing so it ramps faster. I'll set it to 60, for example, and I'll add this shake. Notice that when I click, we already have this movement added. And look how cool this functionality is. However, this movement is too strong. I want to soften it. The nice thing about this new version is that we can update this shake. So I'll click here to edit this shake. When I click, it already shows where our shake is starting and where it's ending. That gives us a visual reference to know the beginning and end of each of these created shakes. So I'll reduce the location movement, which is too strong. And to reduce this movement, I can come here to location strength. I'll lower it to maybe 0.08. Let's test. I think it's still a bit high. I'll reduce it to 0.4. I'll hit play again. I think now it's better, but I want it a little faster. For that, I'll decrease the distance between one wave and another, so I'll set it to 15 maybe. Okay, I think the movement is nice now. I also want the rotation faster. I'll set it to 16. Notice that when we change it, we can see the wave moving in real time down below. So let's test with 16. The camera is moving. It's as if a hand maybe bumped into something. However, I think the ending is too strong. So I want to reduce this movement more at the end. So I can come here. Notice how the wave gets smoothed. If I lower or raise it, the beginning is okay. Let's leave it around 113. Nice, we have our movement created. I still think the location is too strong. I'll set it here to just 2. And that's it. We have one more movement created. The most interesting part is that I can also save this as a preset if I want. I can come here and save it as extra shake. With that done, we can reuse this shake in some other part of the animation. I'll just confirm here to conclude our edit. So with that done, maybe add a shake here in this region that's a little flatter when the camera turns this way. So I'll set our start frame to 10,070 and finish roughly here. Okay, with that done, I'll create a preset. But now I'll set our new extra shake preset we just created. Notice that our custom shakes will have an asterisk SAR that shows which one was created by the user. There'll be an asterisk at the end to reference which shake was user created and which came with the add-on. So I'll select extra shake. And let's add our new shake. With the shake created, we already have our movement. However, the intensity of this shake, the wave isn't where I want it. So I can edit it in Edit Shake, and I want to move these waves their offset. So I'll push it more to the left. Notice that now there's a stronger shake in the region I want at the beginning of the movement. I'll maybe soften the beginning a bit here. Okay, and the end as well. I only want a stronger shake at the very beginning. Okay, all finished. With that done, we have our shake and our animation ready to render. As you can see here, I'll let the timeline play, with the transition from the beginning to the end already working successfully. We have this stronger shake in this region. We have another shake here, and our transition is done correctly. Something cool we can also add is a micro shake to make the movement a bit more realistic, like holding a phone in your hand. But let that be homework. Use the add-on, study the parameters, and create your own micro shakes. And try to get a result like the one we have now in the scene's playback. That's it, folks. I hope the Simple Camera Shake add-on helps you in your work. If you have any questions, just leave them in the comments and send us a report in case of bugs. The email is on Gumroad, so you can report any issues. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.